So, this is yet another thing that I've been thinking about in terms of walking away and all the social justice, moral superiority bullshit that's going on right now. Let's just say that I have been the subject of criticism from a family member who seems to think that I'm just gonna be nice to him after all this. Let me be clear. For one, only it's only him and his family that has voted for Hillary Clinton. After that, it's like the rest of his family voted for Trump. Might as well, because if I was in Pennsylvania looking at Trump, I'd say I'm voting for him. And I made the mistake of voting for Hillary, which I wish I could etch it into, the wall or etch it into Hillary Clinton's house, but, of how much I hate her and how much she has zero appeal in this world. And so, I mean, first things first. You can go on and on about how cops kill kids and this and that, but look at the facts. Look at the facts and the context surrounding the situation. Don't just immediately think the cops are the bad guys. Don't do that. Because you're not going to see the full picture. And why would you see the full picture? You just want to rant, yell, and scream over fucking absolutely nothing. And so, I didn't want to go full Alex Jones, but let's just say that when it comes to walking away, I felt much better. Felt better than I ever did for 16 years. And when I sit back and I think about all the harassment, all the things that mostly come from this one person, why should I sit here and talk about it? Because it has to be documented. It has to be shown to the rest of the world that liberals are about as intolerant as they pretend to be tolerant. It's like, oh, let's tolerate all minorities, but not white people. And when you put that into perspective, it doesn't make sense. Aren't you supposed to tolerate everybody? And as a libertarian, I want everybody to be treated equal. Just as I want to be treated equal. But no, people want to overreact, complain, go on and on and on, when you clearly have no rational argument behind it. How does you picking on Republicans serve as anything other than harassment, bullying, and going against the message that you preach? Because you have no argument. Anything you say is fed through the fake news organizations, and you're basically an NPC, a non-playable character. So why should I yell and scream over people who don't matter? Anything that you've done has been fed through the garbage heap of lies, deceit, bigotry, racism. Everything that you have done has all amounted to garbage, which was presented in a lovely package of Hillary Clinton. Because why should I sit around and pretend that the Democrats did anything for me? I was on a governor's assistance program, aka GAP, in Richmond, Virginia, and it was basically Obamacare. It was basically Obamacare. I couldn't go see a doctor. I couldn't get my blood checked. I couldn't even go, if I was in an accident, I couldn't even go to the hospital. That is pretty much the extent of liberalism caring about the public. And so why should I sit around and pretend that gap was a good thing? It wasn't. Nothing that it did helped anybody there. I was 10 times more stressed than I ever was, unhappy, unable to see a real doctor, and everything that the liberal has ever said is a joke. Why is it anybody's business that, and to give it some context, I was posting up pictures of Roger Stone's book. And why should I be afraid to say that I like someone like Roger Stone? They see him as this arch nemesis of the world, and 9 times out of 10, Stone's rules are about dressing in suits. There's some things that have to do with political campaigning, but he even promotes the idea that libertarian Republicans should really be what the Democrats wanted to be. You know, it's Republicans who freed the slaves, not the Democrats. And it's through the welfare programs that they have put black people back into slavery. You know, when you live in the South and you think, oh, maybe they just have maybe they do have problems. Yeah, some of them do. Some African Americans do. Some white people do. Everybody has problems. But they target black people, especially through Planned Parenthood. Planned Parenthood, which targets black people. And I've heard it from friends, parents who said they liked Trump, and they were African American. They liked Trump because who wanted the same old adage of Obamacare and everything that had nothing to do with real world life? As I come to think of it, the left just wants everyone to be an NPC and not say anything and be morally superior, which frankly is part of an echo chamber routine. Anything they've ever done is part of lies and deceit and brainwashing. And so I'm glad at 33 that I woke up. And to anyone else who's questioning the liberal attitude, talk to some Republicans. Talk to them and get their opinion. Because why do you want to be depressed, angry, calling yourself a conspiracy theorist when you never believed in conspiracy theories in the first place, which, to me as a writer, I think of conspiracy theories more as entertainment. You know, and in the past few days, the Mueller investigation turned up no collusion. So why should I sit here and pretend that Democrats aren't planning something else? It's time that Democrats, if you're on the fence, to any Democrat, if you're on the fence, talk to Republicans. Talk to them, and you'll find out that most of them used to be liberals. And I think that's about it. That's all I wanted to say on this, is that in summary, your moral superiority does not win in the end. You can go on and on about equal rights when most guilty white liberals don't even want to help themselves. Yeah, but everybody should have help, but if you want help, you have to get it yourself. And what's talking about kids dying from cops have to do with any of the argument? It's just a moral virtue signaling. It doesn't mean that you're saying anything new. You just want to appear holier than thou, when most of your family probably voted for Trump and you're on the outside. Well, I think it's time for you to go to go to your favorite coffee shop or drink some orange juice in the morning, you know, talk to Republicans, try and find out what's going on. Because I was lied to for about 16 years. And there are people in my family still being lied to. And I can't sort of ask them to change because why should they? That's what they believe. And as a libertarian free thinker, that's fine. That's your right to your opinion. But from now on, don't expect me to keep the kids' gloves on with you. I don't even see my cousin anyway. And there's two of them. One that has nothing to do with this, and the other, oh, he's always on Instagram, always trying to bully me when I just straight up present facts. And as in terms of news, here I'll leave you with a quote from Denzel Washington. If you don't read the news, you're uninformed. If you read the news, you're misinformed. So think about that. Let that permeate. Let everything permeate. Because while you're living in a cyclone of self-hatred and delusion, when it's entirely fraudulent, Trump won. Just remember that. So that's about it. Anyways, see you guys later.